Okay, in this video, I am going to respond to some of the people who responded to my boring room challenge video. I asked you to post a short film made in a room where nothing's going on. So you basically have to use creativity from within instead of relying on the environment to inspire you. Thanks to everybody who submitted. So I just want to go through some of them and give my feedback. I'm going to talk through the videos as I play them here. If you want to see the whole videos, click show more in the description of this video, and then you'll see the links to all the videos I'm talking about. Okay, first up is a short called Unplugged by Lavar. So this is a great little short about the importance of unplugging from our electronic devices, a universal issue that of course we can all relate to. You know, there's a sense of actual cinema verite going on here. A shot sitting on the toilet. I felt like I was actually in this guy's life. And then seeing things from like the phone's POV, that was clever. And I like the shallow depth of field shots in nature. It seems like some of them were done with sort of a wide lens. Shallow depth of field on an ultra wide lens in macro is an interesting look. So great job, Patrick. I think the thing I like most about this short is that it has a point to make, and it makes that point succinctly, and it does it with some visual style. Okay, now we've got Room 364 by Raymond. We've got a little mystery thriller here about a serial killer on the loose and a man hearing strange noises in his hotel room. A good building of suspense. I can tell you filmed yourself here because some of the framing is a little weird. Your head's cut off in some shots where I think you didn't intend that. If I were you, I would review the shot after every take and make sure that the framing was good before moving on. I do like the shot listening through the wall here. I guess you were holding the camera and putting your head against the wall. Clever technique. It's kind of cool when your head moves and the camera moves a bit. I would play around with that even more and maybe make that a more obvious stylistic choice. The sound effects in this, I think you could make them a little more subtle or integrate them a little better into the environment so they don't stick out so much as like plugged in sound effects. The ending is the MacGuffin. Fine, cool. But if I were you, I would have written maybe 5 different notes, and then I would have tried out each one in the edit to see which one was the most suspenseful and the creepiest. Maybe just with a tiny change in the wording, you could have amplified the tension. So next up we've got Sweeney by Carlo, Bijan. Forgive me if I butchered your name. This one has a nice editing rhythm. And you've got some nicely planned out shots like locking the door as you crane the camera up. There's some shots where the camera looks like it's kind of shaking in a bad way, like in an unplanned way. Usually if there's going to be camera shake in a shot, you want the camera shake to look like it was meant to be there. Try to cut out the parts of the shot that look like you're fiddling with the buttons or something and the camera's moving out of position unintentionally. Also, the blood, totally unconvincing. Whatever, it's a boring room challenge. It doesn't have to look completely real. And then the ending. Not sure what that's supposed to mean. I assume this has something to do with making sausage, but interesting editing techniques and some nicely blocked out shots. Okay, now we've got Hiro's submission. It's just called Boring Room Challenge. We open with an interesting little transition through the door. That's cool. It kind of tells us where we are and creates some visual interest. And I like how it's pretty clear what the storyline of this is supposed to be immediately. This is a scene we've all seen before. This is a scene, of course, of a hacker trying to complete his hack before the police barge in. But the tension ratchets up nicely.
Boy, open up.
And the sound effects add a lot to this. This scene uses a lot of ticking clock devices to keep the tension ratcheting up, which is of course an old cinema standby. Cut to a clock, cut to a file uploading, cut to a door handle rattling, and repeat, and the tension keeps going up and up and up. So that's one potential takeaway for everyone here. If you're trying to create tension in your scene, look for ticking clocks. Look for things that indicate that our hero's time is running out incrementally. Okay, next we've got an entry by Bhupendar Singh. We're staying in the mystery thriller genre with serial killers on the loose once again.
Well, police in Phoenix are hunting for a serial killer who detectives believe is responsible for at least 7 deaths in the last 4 months.
This one does an okay job of building the tension, but one thing that's missing for me as an audience is I don't know what the hero's doing. There's a cut to the computer screen. I don't know what that says on the computer screen. And then he goes and gets a book. I'm not sure why he got a book. and the light cuts out, and that's a cool little glitch cut that you did there with the sound effect, but I don't know what the light cutting out has to do with anything. And then the laughing sound effect really sticks out as a sound effect. If you're gonna use a third-party sound effect and drop it into your video, try to modify it a bit or turn it down in volume a bit so that it doesn't stick out to the audience as a pasted-in sound effect. And then the ending, deadlines, I guess it's a MacGuffin again. I don't really know what deadlines means. Maybe there's something I'm missing there. The thing that a short film has to do, in my opinion, is you have to know what it's about, especially by the 25% mark. In other words, don't make your audience watch a quarter of your short film without knowing what the short film is actually about. I've seen this so many times in short films, you know, when I was in film school, and short films I've seen in festivals where it seems like it might get cool, but I don't know what it's about. And then I realize that the film's almost over, and then I feel a little bit cheated, because if the audience is gonna invest their time in your film, then they should know what the film's about pretty quickly as soon as the film starts. Now we have Texas Heat by Raysami. This is yet again in the thriller, horror, some sort of mystery genre.
Did you drink some of my water?
Some poor man's water keeps evaporating or being drunk by someone else, and he can't figure out why.
Hey man, can you come here real quick? I need your help. That's not me, dude.
The thing is, I can't really even begin to critique this because I don't really know what the plot is throughout the entire short film. If it's not even clear to that degree, it's really hard for the audience to latch onto anything and stay involved in the plot. Basically, just show us why we should care right away as soon as the short film starts. Okay, so those are the videos I've chosen to talk about here. There were a few more that were submitted, but I've chosen not to talk about them because some of them didn't quite fit the format of the challenge. If you like this video, as usual, click like, and if you'd like to see more, click subscribe. See you next time.